All right, here we've got a Franciscan acoustic that was marked $39 at a local pawn shop. They gave it to me for $25. In not terrible shape, other than you can see some writing on the fretboard to keep track of things, but it looked like it would be a pretty easy fix. Gibson style bridge, decent spruce top. Only major flaw was a small repaired heel crack. Should present no problems. It's tight, it doesn't open at all. Yeah, and we've got our label. This is likely made in Korea in the late 70s, early 80s. A little bit of wear on the dyed fretboard. It's just a maple board that's been dyed black. There's both grease pen and Sharpie. Action's sitting right at about 7/64 on both the bass and treble side, which is a little high. Neck is very straight with a little bit of fall off over the body, but that's perfectly rational. The back of the bridge is lifting slightly, but I don't know that it was ever actually glued down. It's mostly held down by the two screws. These are actually very good open gear tuners, only problem being the low E is mismatched. And I think the big problem with the action here is that this Gibson style bridge is actually hanging up in its slot, so we'll address that. Do as much work as you can with the strings on before you take them off. You can see the previous person used a pliers of some sort, and that digs up the edges. Don't do that. Just use a diagonal cutter. It won't actually leave marks. I keep all my spare parts in a bag as I take them off. That way, little tiny screws and stuff don't go missing. Here we're unwedging that bridge. Likely the rosewood around it shrank a little bit. The grease pen is coming off with just regular guitar polish, which is nice. And the Sharpie is coming up pretty nicely with just a little bit of steel wool. Not so much to go through the die, just enough to take off the worst of the numbers. Then we're just cleaning the top up with a little regular guitar polish. It's not even that dirty. Hitting all of the tops of the frets with a little steel wool to polish them up. The ends, that seemed to be the part that was hanging up inside the bridge, so we're just lightly dressing that floating bridge. And then we're going to install some fairly light strings. Whenever I get an older acoustic, I like to use very light strings if at all possible. All right, quick tip, just wrap strings over your finger to give a little bend before you install them like this. You don't want a sharp kink there, but a little bit of a bend will make installation go much easier and your bridge pins won't lift. And then you just use the screws on this bridge to adjust the height. Start low and move your way up until everything clears and you get the break angle you want. And it's tough to see now, but we're right at 5/64 treble and bass side, so that's nice. Stretch the strings a little, get it tuned up, then we can listen to some really shockingly mediocre playing. Here we go.